Hello, everyone. We warmly welcome you all to our special program brought to you by Indian Achievers Forum. I'm your host, Vatika Singh. Indian Achievers Award is an honor that celebrates the people who went extraordinary to effectuate their aspirations and ideas. In this series, we emphasize not only on the struggles and achievements of the people, but also on the social contributions they made to their native land, India. Before introducing you all to our one such achiever, let's take a look at the small AV.
Indian Achievers Forum is driven by a full-fledged advisory board. The board consists of experienced personalities who have excelled in their respective careers. Together, the forum organizes conferences, events, workshops, exhibitions, trade shows, and B2B initiatives in India as well as abroad. Where there is passion, there is achievement. And where there is achievement, there is Indian Achievers Forum.
Today we have with us Mr. Gunjan Choudhary, who's the founder and director of Synergies Consultant Private Limited. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hi, Motika. This is good. How about you?
I'm also good, sir. All right. So before entering into the questions, I'd like you to tell something about you and your professional role.
Okay. People call me GC, and I'm a serial entrepreneur now in this domain for last 4 years. After finishing off my corporate journey of 18 odd years in various leading OEMs of the country, I thought of that there is a gap that exists in the market in terms of services, especially in the domain of supply chain. That's where this company, Synergies Consultants, took its shape and came into existence. And then life took a U-turn again during the last year when there was pandemic, and various thoughts started crossing minds as to what all can be done in terms of really supporting back the community of entrepreneurs. And that's where the other three companies rather, came into existence. Empower Network, wherein that's a business network for entrepreneurs. We look at entrepreneurs to learn, grow together. Then came into existence Classicus Decor, and this was especially driven from the fact that our artisans who have a rich legacy of art within our country, and they still don't know how to reach out to the world on themselves. So, what can be done for them? So that's where Classicus Decor was formed. Here we are looking at promoting Indian artisans across the globe, taking their products to the real appreciators of their products. And the third one, a Section 8 company with the name the Evolving Perspectives Foundation, that came into existence last year as well. And that's all about focusing on those entrepreneurs who are coming from either a financially backward class or who have innovated their products and services. And they need to really reach out to the world with those products and services, and creating a sort of an ecosystem for those entrepreneurs wherein people who want to really do something for the society in terms with their wisdom, with their intellect, they can connect directly to these entrepreneurs. And these entrepreneurs in turn can reach out to the globe with their innovative products and services and get their due recognition. So that's the journey till now, progressing with every single day, looking at these companies and making them really fulfill the purpose for which they were being formed. Over to you, Vatika.
It's really great, sir. All right. So moving ahead, I'm really keen to know that what inspired you to pursue this particular business.
So actually, my entire experience have been into the field of supply chain and strategy formations with two leading OEMs of the country. And when I was finishing off my corporate journey, I thought of actually, or rather, it came into mind that there is a gap that exists in the market today. With the real users of these services and the providers of these services, there are hierarchies being made right now. Especially if I consider MSMEs, they really don't have the access to those best performers in terms of the service providers. And those service providers are not reaching out to these MSMEs because of the mere fact that their size of business is not that good. So can something be consolidated here? Can they get those services at a optimum cost? That was the one thing here. Second thing that also came into mind was, the real dearth of talent in the country, especially in the field of supply chain. So can we do something which is execution-based consulting for MSMEs, wherein they need not look out for those talents across the globe? We provide them a day-to-day operations, working as their extended arm, still not being on their roles, and giving them the benefit of the manpower cost straight away. Now, logistics being a thankless job, nobody entered in this field till then, in terms of giving execution-based consulting. This is where I thought that a big opportunity really exists wherein we can fulfill that. So that was the purpose one. Very recently, we have also come up with a training vertical, corporate training vertical of Synergies Consultants, and in this, we are looking at combining processes and people together. Now, companies focus on process re-engineering, and they do it standalone. They forget at times that it is people who make those processes successful. We need to ensure that they are aligned with these processes. They are being trained. They are equipped to fulfill these processes and take them to their desired deliverables and exceeding the deliverables for that matter. So with this combo coming up into the training vertical, we are looking at further reaching out to all domains of manufacturers, traders, or service providers who have their staff who need processes today and who need their people to be aligned to the processes. So moving from only supply chain or import export based operations and warehousing things, now we are slowly covering the complete gamut of reaching out to each and every type of client in the country, and then helping them, supporting them in terms of ensuring that within the same resources, how can they be more efficient? How can they ensure more deliverables for their organization? So that's how it is. Over to you, dear.
Indeed, sir. So, since we know for a fact that starting anything has never been easy for anyone, so what all were the challenging predicaments that you had to go through initially when you started off?
First thing that happened was, almost it took me 6 to 7 months to create that awareness in the first set of clients for me that, logistics can also be managed by somebody sitting outside your premises and you being your extended arm. Your day-to-day operations will not take a hit here. It really took time for me to create this awareness in all such clients who were handling logistics with their own teams, or even for that matter, people don't consider consultants into their operations so easily. And especially when it comes to MSMEs, the word consultant itself is so heavy in our society today that the moment you say consultant, people run away that he is going to cost us a bomb here. So we don't need consultants. We are ourselves aware of what we are doing. This was the biggest challenge I would say that we faced when we started Synergies. Took us time. Almost the first year went into this in terms of acquiring the first set of clients, and from there on, the success stories were developed, and that is where we could get another clients coming in, and after that, as they say, it's history.
And I'm sure that these challenges have made you much more stronger for all your future endeavors, sir. All right, so moving ahead, now I'd like you to tell something more about the product and services that your organization caters its customers with.
Okay, so I have already given you a bird's eye view on what we do. If I have to really split it out to the acute deliverables that we are delivering to our clients, or for what our clients can look at us. So starting from import export operations, as I said, it is execution based consulting. So right from a shipment initiation till the time the shipments are delivered from anywhere in the globe to anywhere in the globe. That sort of service we provide with all customized MISs for our clients in terms of various levels of decision makers in the client's organization. So that is the execution based consulting we do. We do warehouse design and management consulting for our clients. We also are looking at, or we are rather doing domestic network building for the distribution network building for our clients. We are looking at those who have multiple warehouses or who have multiple delivery points for their operations. We help them in creating a efficient network of movement of goods, the systems wherein you are keeping optimum inventory at every such touch point and still managing all your orders. So that's one more service that we give, and especially these services are good for e-commerce players because they have pickups from various locations and delivery of almost to all the pin codes in the country. So how do they really create that network of movements of their goods? Where do they need to keep that inventory? What inventory levels do they need to keep? And how every single SKU need to be strategized to move? That's the key area for e-commerce platforms that we are addressing. If I also have to talk about the training vertical here, as I said, we are helping our clients in terms of doing their process reengineering or setting up the complete processes if they are the startups, and then aligning their teams with those processes and ensuring that even if there is attrition in the team, the operations and the efficiency does not take a hit. So the processes should be so simplified that any new person coming in the next day can really take over from there on. The training methodology of those new entrants or the existing ones, how are they being aligned? What sort of interconnections happen between departments within an organization, and there how one should handle it. So those sort of things is what we are supporting our clients with in terms of the process and people vertical. Apart from that, I also help my clients in inventory management, end-to-end supply chain execution consultings, and all those things. So that's what Synergis does.
That's really commendable, sir. Okay, so moving ahead, we all have certain plans for a future. So, what are your future plans with respect to the organization?
Two things here. One, especially for Indian MSMEs, creating a mark in the global markets is what we are looking out for. So we are trying to create a niche service wherein for those MSMEs who want to create a mark in the global market with their products and services, we are going to help them end to end, right from creation of their branding to their promotions across the globe, and then making them aware of the entire processes of international trading and helping them at every single stage of that international trade. This will see. I'm a firm believer that now it's the time for India to showcase its power in the world. With the recent pandemic happening, the world have already seen our power. Be it in the terms of healthcare, we are supplying medicines across the globe now. Similarly, for our products and services, we have been innovating in our country a lot of products and services which the world needs today. It's time for all of them to really reach out on that bigger stage and then showcase themselves. That's where synergies want to help those MSMEs. So anybody who is listening to this, if you really want to reach out there, do come back to us, and we are there to support you.
Right, sir. So you must be knowing about the Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign prevailing in the country at the moment. So what are your views on the campaign and how is your organization working towards it?
To really relate with this Atmanirbhar Bharat, I would love to talk about Classicus Decor here, because that's where we are actually trying to take these artisans who are creating that art, or who are actually living that legacy of a rich legacy of the art, and it's still there. What they lack today is, these virtual presences, or the way the world have changed in terms of marketing the products and all those things. If these artisans can get a platform wherein they can showcase their products and they can reach out to real buyers of their products, that's the service, that's the contribution towards Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign, is what we can do as individuals. And believe me, two of my other partners, Swapnil Gore is one of the partner in Classicus, Miss Vindabal is there. Three of us have this one dream of making our artisans reach out to the globe and then shine there, and that's what this Atmanirbhar Bharat is all about.
So first of all, congratulations on winning the Indian Achievers Award. I really want to know that what
Thank
was the
you.
feeling when you came to know that you have won the award and who all were the constant supporters in this journey of.
Okay, I don't think feelings need to be described, because they remain in the air, and they reach us out to people who are really appreciating those feelings. In terms of supporters, if I may say, my business partners, they have been there with me throughout. So I've already told you the name. Binda is there, Swapnil is there. Rather, one more unique thing that we are doing now, we are helping each other into our individual businesses as well as the common businesses that we are there in. So it's a continued support for each other, and that's what actually propels you, gives you that energy to really go and do better than what you have done earlier.
Right, sir. So now, since we know a lot about your professional role, tell us something about your social contributions also.
I told you about Perspicio, the Revolving Perspective Foundation, and that's a Section 8 company, an NGO that we have created. Vinda is another partner into that, and it's actually a unique cause. People are always looking at entrepreneurs and businessmen to contribute towards a social cause. But what happens to these entrepreneurs when they are in need of something? Nobody thinks of that. There is no NGO that exists which is for helping entrepreneurs. Every NGO is looking at entrepreneurs as a donor. Here we come up with this revolving perspective wherein these entrepreneurs can also be served with what they need. As I said, anybody across the globe sitting with a skill into his intellect and wanting to really contribute back to these entrepreneurs, we are trying to create an ecosystem wherein they can connect directly to those needy entrepreneurs who need that skill here. So one way, their philanthropy is being supported, and second place, the real needy people are getting that service straight away. That sort of an ecosystem, and it could be in finance, it could be a knowledge base, it could be anything for that entrepreneur as such. One. Second, you know, innovation is as good as the way you promote it. If you're not able to promote innovation, it remains in your cupboards. The world doesn't know about it. If you have really innovated something, the world should know about it. You should get that recognition out there in the world, and that's where your journey actually reaches the concluding point. Unfortunately, those who innovate, they don't know how to market. Those who market, they are no longer innovating. This gap needs to be bridged somewhere or the other. So for all those who are innovating their products and services, this is the platform that is now slowly gaining pace, wherein we want them to be heard across countries in form of short video interviews, or their success stories, or the blogs, that or by various means. Revolving perspective is all about making these people reach out to the world and showcase themselves, and the world reach out to them and support them. So it's a two-way ecosystem that we are trying to create here.
It's really great, sir. All right, so before concluding this session, you know that IF is followed not only by mainstream organizations, but also those young minds who aspire to be like our achievers someday. So, what is that one message you'd like to give them?
Never be afraid of risk and be ready to lose something if you want to achieve something. If you are afraid of sacrifices, if you are afraid of risk taking, this is not your domain, dear. Never enter. If you want to enter this, it's a cutthroat world. You will have to shed blood. If you're afraid of it, then this is not your cup of tea. Don't enter. If you can take care of this fear, come and you will come out with rising colors here. That's it, dear.
And that I must say, sir, is a great piece of advice. Thank you so much for joining with us today. It was pleasure talking to you, and we hope that you continue to inspire people of all ages forever. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Varika. It was a pleasure being here, dear. Thank you.